Hey there, I'm Nicole Harlow, president and founder of the Perinatal Resource Collaborative, and I'm so excited to be here on your virtual career fair day, talking all about collaboration and building a sustainable referral network. I am not just the founder and president of the PRC, but a mom of four myself that has benefited greatly from a vast perinatal professional network with each pregnancy and birth and postpartum. Each child has given me a different pathway, and I've needed a wide array of professionals to support my feeding journey, my mental health journey, and my children's potential issues as well. We are going to talk about how building a sustainable referral network not only supports your business, but also betters your clients' outcomes for all parts of the family. Let me go ahead and share my screen. And I'm sorry I couldn't be there live with you today, but it is my youngest's second birthday and we are out celebrating. So if you have any questions about anything that I go over, please feel free to reach out to me directly. My email is nicole@jointheprc.com, and I'm sure it will be posted somewhere or in the follow-up email. So, the importance of collaboration. Again, let's talk first and foremost about your business, right? It's a career fair. We're here. We're all either entrepreneurs, work for an agency, or are looking for some sort of income to receive through this avenue. So, how can collaboration really support your business, especially as you're just getting started? Well, focusing on quality relationships over quantity, especially in a time where social media follower counts are all the rage. Um, I have seen so many perinatal professionals get burnt out trying to chase the algorithms and get the followers just to be visible and seen. And realistically, what you're doing there is looking for quantity, right? Looking for quantity followers because that's what the algorithm likes to see. And that's what will then get you, seen by more. And it's really exhausting if we're being honest, right? And again, in my opinion, perinatal professionals don't necessarily thrive in that environment. Your strengths are caring for moms and families and babies. Um, I know even with myself, we're not social media marketing gurus. And quite frankly, who has time to constantly keep up with the changing algorithms as well? I'm not saying it's not important. I'm just saying there's other ways to do it and other ways in those quality relationships with other professionals. Now, these other professionals can be doulas, uh, chiropractors, acupuncturists, mental health professionals, OBs, midwives, you name it. There's so many different perinatal professionals out there that can support you in different ways. And realistically, like I said, as a mom of four, I've had so many different directions I've been, referred to by my first layer of support. So I talk about the first layer of support being, your provider, whether it be a midwife or an OB, a pediatrician, a doula, if you invest in a doula. So those, first point of contacts that if you as the professional then know those second and maybe even third layers of support, that supports the client from going down a Google rabbit hole or being so overwhelmed that she doesn't get the care that she needs. So you having that quality relationship with other providers and practitioners is really important to not just your business, because you'll see as we talk more about referrals, but for the client. So, number two, creating a two-way referral system. It's all about reciprocity, right? So, the best way to get referrals is to give referrals, making sure that the relationships that you're creating are a two-way and bi-directional relationship so that people don't feel like they're being taken from, but they're being, filled as well. So, as you begin to create this relationship, definitely make it a point to refer to those people as well without the expectation that they're going to immediately refer to you. It's not a tit for tat, but again, it's that reciprocity, that give and take without any, harsh expectations. With that being said, though, you want to definitely establish clear communication protocols with those other professionals to know, okay, when I have a client that needs services that you offer and can benefit from, what is the best way to refer them? Should I send them to your website? Should I directly, start a group text with you? Should I send them to your email? It's never a good idea to give the professional the client information because of HIPAA, depending on whether you are a practitioner that is covered by that or not. But just in general, privacy, policies, you should always give the professional referral to the client and not vice versa. But again, establishing clear communication so that again, oh, and if you have someone that can benefit from my services, this is the best way to do it. So that again, nothing is being missed, nothing's being overlooked, and also establish a follow up protocol. Hey, I referred someone to you. Do you remember hearing from, maybe a first name is okay, or explain the situation just to make sure that it didn't get lost in the cracks. And if they say, no, I didn't hear from them, you can follow up with your client and say, hey, did you give so and so a call? Um, you know, She's definitely expecting to hear from you. And, is there anything I can do to further support? So, establishing those clear protocols is really important. Beyond, those individual relationships that you can establish, participating in professional communities like the PRC, where we have curated intentional networking, intentional collaboration, a safe space for everyone to, interact and engage. That is a way for you to also expand your network without, you know, uh, individualizing it, so to say. There's obviously Facebook groups out there for everything. But again, if you're doing that, you're fighting an algorithm. And even if you're posting in a group with 10,000 people, doesn't necessarily mean that even a fraction of them are going to see what you're posting. So participating in like curated special perinatal communities that are off of meta platforms like the PRC is a way that you can be seen without fighting sponsored ads, without fighting algorithms, and actually get responses that you need in a timely manner. If you are looking for, a specific referral. And then also, first and foremost, hopefully this goes without saying, but maintaining your reputation through consistent quality care. So showing up as your best and setting that standard to what your clients expect and let them talk, let them share, and let other professionals see that, oh, whenever I refer to such and such, they are always taken care of. They're always communicated with effectively. They're always, handled with the utmost respect and care. And, again, should go without saying, but that is also a great way to make sure that your business is consistently growing. Now, collaborative care for your clients. For your clients, again, they could be mom, baby, family, siblings, you name it, whoever you support throughout fertility, all the way through postpartum, even loss or bereavement. Um, Making sure that the continuity of care for your clients is there. Again, what I was saying with those first and second layers. Most families out there get an OB and a pediatrician. If they're lucky enough to understand and know how important a doula is, they have a doula, right? So being able to access and network with those, I would say three people, um, are super important because the bigger those three networks can be, the better supported the client. So, for those doulas on this call, knowing that you are one of those central parts makes it even more important for you to have a sustainable referral network, to have mental health professionals, to have chiropractors, to have lactation consultants, to have sleep consultants, to have acupuncturists, to have urogynes and pelvic floor therapists, to have any avenue that may be needed, secondary fertility support, or again, loss and bereavement. There are so many things that can come up, and they, as a family, they're looking for someone, who's an expert to guide them, or else they're going to go into a Google rabbit hole and become overwhelmed and either get someone who isn't necessarily the best fit because they don't know any better, or they're just going to say, I'm overwhelmed and not continue to pursue care. So, you having a referral network is going to really create that comprehensive support from fertility through postpartum and beyond. And also, as you repeat. Also, it reduces gaps in care. Like I mentioned, it is going to allow continuity so that if someone is coming to you and they say, "Oh, I asked my doctor, but they had no referrals. Do you have anyone?" Yes, here. I have a whole list. What are you, talk to me. What are you needing support with? And if you don't necessarily have someone um, in your referral network, maybe someone does, right? 6 degrees of separation. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to have all the answers, but maybe someone again, when I talk about second and third layer, maybe a lactation consultant who knows a myofascial therapist or speech therapist or feeding therapist or a PT or OT. You don't necessarily have to know them, but you just know the gateway to them so that the person who you're supporting doesn't need to know all those layers as well. It also enhances safety and risk management, specifically with mental health, right? Knowing that they have someone that can understand the risks or symptoms that they are going through and having a safe space for them to feel comfortable to express what's going on, and knowing that they'll get a solid referral to someone who won't take their children away, right? That's one of the biggest things I hear all the time. "Well, I'm afraid to express myself because I don't want anyone to think I'm crazy and take my children away." So creating that, again, professional relationships with those professionals, say, "No, this is someone I trust. You're safe with them." It also improves family confidence and empowerment. Again, I knew by my second birth, anyone that or anything really that was referred to me by my doula, who I trusted at this point. I had the same doula for all 4 of my births. I didn't even think twice. I was so confident that she knew, a solid person, or she had a recommendation. And I'm not saying, every single person is going to always have all the answers, but when she did bring something to me, I was confident in um, that referral, or to know that she was looking out for me enough to at least explore it a little bit further. And then, of course, like the family, the mom, the partner will make the decision ultimately for themselves, but it improves their confidence and empowers them to make that decision rather than, again, feeling overwhelmed with that Google rabbit hole. Additionally, it's cost effective and provides efficient care. So, we've seen a lot more collectives, right, or community based programs kind of coming into play in the last couple years. And, not I'm not to saying that everyone should discount their services, but if you have a couple different referral partners that you constantly go back and forth with, you can establish some sort of, you know, oh, because, friends and family discount, because you were referred by this person, your clients are going to be able to get 10% off, 20% off. So then that is also like, oh, I'm not just investing in all of these people, um, but because I'm investing uh, in someone who my doula likes, knows, and trusts, I'm also getting a discount. And, you know, it's a whole other topic we can talk about how, families really should be able to invest in their care and support the way they invest in their wedding day or all the other consumerist things. But we know that that's not unfortunately the case, and that creating those, again, those partnerships that lead to a small discount, could support the parents actually getting the care they need rather than them just avoiding it. And lastly, I want to go over some tangible tools that can support you in growing your network and being seen in a way that, again, it's not chasing social media followers. Seedlinks virtual business cards. We have curated a full business card like a dot or a popple or a blink, but specific to perinatal professionals. So it shows your care phases, it shows all the services that you provide. It has space for all of your websites, your socials, your contact information. It also allows you to create your village. So at the bottom, you can add other users that have seed links to say, hey, if you're a doula and you have a lactation consultant that you always refer to, it's right on the bottom of that link, which again establishes that solid relationship. So they have you, you have them, and that's how you share. Um, those come with a QR code and a link, so you have everything you need to share, but also having tap or NFC technology cards. We have cards and keychains and pens and all these fun things that instead of a QR code, you just simply tap to the phone. Um, Also, being on directory listings. So if you are on Doula Match or Born Beer or Boober or Little Honey Money, like there's so many other, options out there. Some are paid, some are free. I would get on as many of them, even the free version, as possible. We have one called Your Perinatal Village that is a free um, listing that you can do specifically for PRC members as well. You get additional discounts, and we have a map as well. Let me see if I can pull this up. We have a map of all of our members that has um a very simplified directory, but your perinatal village listing can be linked here, or your seed link could be linked here. And we just another layer of visibility, right? Additionally, again, your social media presence is good to have established. It's not good to burn out and have it run your life. But it's good to be there so people can find you or at least refer to you. I prefer LinkedIn over Facebook or Instagram, just personal preference, but whatever you feel confident in, whether it be TikTok or X or anything. Getting on podcast interviews. There are people who are always looking for guests. Just sharing your personal story can really resonate with people. You can submit articles to online blogs, which I know Miss Poppins has. We have, and we do a quarterly magazine as well. Networking events. Like I said, the PRC also has curated intentional networking events called Hey Sis sessions, which gives you a structured way to share who you are, what you do, who you support, and really a way in a short period of time to almost like speed networking to get your point across to build that referral network as well. And then look at local or regional organizations and then national and global organizations that you can join to, just again, get your visibility out there. So, like I mentioned, it's relationships, it's resources, it's using technology and marketing in a way that is appropriate for you. So, just a quick tidbit of what the PRC is and does and who we're for. We have over 470 members across 46 states, 15 countries, 35 partners and sponsors that Maternity Wise and Miss Poppins both are partners of ours. And our mission is really to be the village for the villagers. So we want to pour into you as the professionals and support you in different ways. Also, so that you can pour into your families and together we can revolutionize maternal health care. We have people from all capacities of the perinatal journey, from doulas to midwives to placenta specialists, sleep consultants, chiropractors, fitness and nutritionists, healers, photographers, birth storytellers, um, mental health providers, OBGYNs, fertility specialists, you name it. We are welcoming you in. We have a lot of different opportunities. We also have beneficiary groups that we're building. We're growing. They're already built in 2026 for both moms and dads. And we have 3 membership options, so you can join totally free. If you're looking to amplify your participation and contribute, you can obviously offer a join a paid membership. So we also have a full-on community platform on desktop and mobile app, as you can see here. So you could scan there and you can join us totally free today. And I just lastly want to talk about our upcoming event on February 6th, 7th, and 8th called Collabapalooza. It is going to be keynote presentations, CEU workshops. I believe Maternity Wise is offering up to 6 CEUs for the weekend. We have breakout sessions, experiential sessions, and we'll be doing art therapy. Nikki will be speaking about business and burnout. So everyone you see here will be part of it, as well as over 60 plus other perinatal professionals. There's 12 countries represented just on this page alone. Breakout sessions, awards, network sessions, and all of it is live and also recorded for 30 days on demand access. So you don't have to worry about missing anything. You get it all. It is a completely virtual event, but not just in a Zoom room. So you'll actually go into our curated conference hall, set up at the auditorium, join our lounge. You additionally get a free seed link and free membership to the collaborative if you purchase your ticket. And for you guys, you get 50% off of our $199 ticket price. So it's just $99 using code SpeakerGuest. So definitely purchase your tickets sooner rather than later. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Thank you so much. And I am looking forward to connecting with you more.